Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Kindred Fates Community Newsletter, this time for January 15th, 2021. Now, you might have noticed that 2 weeks ago I did not cover the January 1st newsletter, and that was because it was far too short for it to make a substantial video. So what I figured would be a good idea is when they're a little on the shorter side, I can always just double them up. So we're going to cover January 1st, and then we're going to cover January 15th, okay? So nothing crazy came out of the January 1st one, and in fact, what we'll do is we'll cover it at the end. That way you guys can get the news you're looking for at the start, and then if you want to stick around for the end, you can. Anyway, so we did get some interesting information in this one. So January 15th, 2021. It's a nice piece of art there. Progress. So we've been working on some wide-reaching changes to the alpha. While some of them won't be especially visible, we do expect them to improve the gameplay quality in major ways. These improvements include a few new abilities, which I'm excited for, changes to our netcode that made a significant impact on lowering ping times, revamping the method that detects exactly when an attack projectile should be launched. We no longer use animation events, which are unreliable because of frame dropping. In the past, if an animation event wasn't received, we had to do all sort of coding gymnastics to launch projectiles, and even sometimes it wouldn't launch, so your character would just get stuck, not able to fire any more attacks. Instead, we're now using two separate animator states and detect when a post-launch animation state has started, so that the attack projectile will fire more reliably. Proper hurt boxes. I like how they call them hurt boxes. I call them hit boxes, but whatever. Proper hit boxes for all characters. Previously, some of our abilities would miss, even though you could swear they should have hit. In a lot of these cases, it was caused by issues like network synchronization, but it certainly didn't help that all the characters were operating on a simple cylindrical collider when receiving damage. This change also allows you to do things like fire small enough projectiles under Skullkin. Overall, it should make attacks feel a little bit more reliable. Now, the interesting thing here is, and by the way, you can see at the bottom how intricate the hitboxes are now in comparison to what they were before. These pill-shaped hitboxes that they had before, this is actually similar to what they use in the new Crash Bandicoot. I don't know about the fourth one, but in the Insane trilogy, a lot of people think that it's a lot harder to stay on platforms and stuff like that than the original, because the original used to use a rectangle and the new one uses a pill. It's kind of a tangent I'm going off of, but yeah, using a series of circles and rectangles like they're doing at the bottom is definitely more reliable than just using a single shaped pill, because you end up with situations where, you know, you hit shovel butt or Galvalant is no, that's not its name. Oh my god, I forget its name now. Its name will always be shovel butt. You hit shovel butt in his tail, and then shovelet. You hit shovelet in his tail, and he it misses. So that's definitely better. A portion of our QA team unfortunately came down with COVID recently, but we're very thankful to say that everyone is on the mend. That's good. Because of this, the team hasn't been able to test as efficiently in the past 2 weeks, and we'll be returning to our normal work cadence as everybody fully recovers. The writing team is getting back to the swing of things. The main focus for these past 2 weeks has been to write a trial version of a quest and play through it on paper with developers. This helped to get a better understanding of all the components we'll need for the single-player campaign. I'm personally really excited for some of the single-player stuff. Over the next few months, we'll start developing dialogue trees and conversation engine, a mission log, AI and combat for NPCs, new kinfolk, and abilities. One developer has started implementing kinfolk beyond the combat alpha, which we've got pretty well worked out thanks to the alpha kinfolk, as well as implementing the human player and NPCs. We've done some great progress on the terrain development strategies. A lot of time was dedicated to developing a method that will deliver higher resolution terrains based on real-world height maps for the map and the entire game. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again on January 29th. So for me, the main takeaway is we're getting better hitboxes, and it seems that development is starting to shift towards the main game rather than just the alpha. I've been wanting to get more of my combat videos out, but I've been running into this issue where by the time I'm home and settled in, generally I can't find a match. And the thing, I don't want to face the same person over and over again. Like I could definitely ask Bisloba or Umberto to face off against me to sort of flesh out some of my videos that'll go over like Ember's move set and stuff like that. But the problem is, if I'm only fighting one person, I'm going to be sort of attached to one single way of play, because I'm going to play in a specific way to beat the person that I'm fighting. So I've been getting home kind of late. Today's actually an exception. Usually I get home a little bit later, but so it has been hard for me to find a match. But as soon as I know, if I'm not mistaken, they were working on a mode where you could just fight against NPCs. That'll help me just sort of get prepared, and then I could sort of go out and do more matches with other people. But at least it'll also help me get footage for each individual attack happening, like in the Slifer video, without me getting interrupted. So definitely good on that. Now we're going to go over to January 1st. So if you're just here for January 15th, I bid you farewell. January 1st. So Happy New Year 2020. It was a really rough year for everyone, but we're fortunate enough to have a lot of wonderful things to look back on. We have you, whoever is reading this, well, I mean, I'm just so sexy that of course you'd be grateful for. No, I'm just kidding. To thank for that. The unbelievable progress that we've made this year wouldn't have been possible without all the support everyone has given us. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's our sincere hope that we made a positive impact on your year the way you did for ours. Thank you for joining us for the wild ride that was 2020, and we hope to continue to make leaps and bounds in progress in 2021. Here's what we've been up to lately. Now, I definitely understand the sentiment where everyone had a rough year in 2020, but I mean, I can speak for myself too. This year, as much as what's been happening in the outside world has kind of sucked, it's definitely been great for the monster taming community, and I've had a great year in that regard. Progress. As we continue improving and adding to the Combat Arena Alpha, a few team members are turning their attention to spinning up production on the game's single-player campaign, particularly writing and planning. As we build the foundation for the single-player, some of the developers will migrate to mostly working on that side of things, while others will continue focusing on the Combat Alpha. For the first time in who knows how long, everybody took a well-earned break. How dare you take a break? For the holidays. The team has been working extremely hard leading up to and following the alpha release, so it was nice to wind down and take a moment to focus on literally anything else other than Kindred Fates for a few days. Because of that, this newsletter is more sparse than usual. Moving forward, we're going to make greater effort not to overwork ourselves like we have in the past few months. So definitely understandable that this newsletter was so short. And I think this system by which, if the newsletters are too short on their own, I kind of couple them together, I think that's a good system to go by. I'm happy with doing something like that. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.